Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield video. So we got some more Starfield news. So this is the Starfield update 1.15.222, July the 22nd, 2025 beta. That went live on Steam. A new Starfield update is available today with improvements to the creation menu as well as crash and stability fixes. Looking forward, looking ahead, we're continuing work on future updates, and we'll share more about the exciting news we've got planned in the coming months. So the changes are minor improvements to format and display and creation menus, address an issue that could cause the extreme temperature gear to appear incorrectly. That could cause an issue that could cause that extreme temperature. I don't know what that means. Minor improvements to sorting in the missions menu. General game crash and stability fixes. So this update will go live 2 weeks after. So what is that in mathematical? That is going to be 1. That's going to go live on the 5th of August. Now, we don't have an actual patch notes. I'm reading the Steam page. No patch notes, which makes me think that it probably is very minor. The improvements to the format and displays in the creation menu, I don't know too much of what that is. I will have to double check, but I'm assuming it's going to be minor. A couple of things I will mention. It doesn't seem to have fixed and again, this is just, I'm speculating here because I haven't fully tested it, but we don't have a full patch note, so I'm assuming it doesn't, just because of, but there's still some issues with the creation menu. On Xbox, you can basically hit an infinite loading screen that will crash the servers. When you're loading in, when you're first loading into the creations menu, there'll be a kind of a little spinning icon that'll say that everything's loading. While it is loading, if you try and do anything, if you open your load order and you try to delete something, it will basically just crash and you will have to restart. You go back into the creation menu. It's not a major thing, but it is kind of a bit of a nuisance. Just because sometimes, because I swap between Xbox and PC a lot, it can happen on both, but generally speaking, it happens more on Xbox because Xbox loads a little bit slower than the PC version of creations. Another thing is that the creations menu itself, the infinite loading screen is still a thing. It's only really on PC and it's not as frequent, but it still can happen. I don't know what causes it to happen. In the past, it was an issue that could happen very frequently. I'd say probably maybe 1 in every 5 times you would load creations, you would just get infinite loading screen. Now, it's not as prevalent as it used to be. Still a bit prevalent. But yeah, I don't know how common both of these issues are, because here's the thing. While I've experienced both these issues, that doesn't mean you will experience them, because bugs can be, it could be my game causing the bugs. I don't think it is, but yeah. The crash and stability fixes obviously are a big one. I will say the improvements to Starfield themselves have been really, really good. I've noticed a big improvement in certain areas of the game. I know a lot of people have experienced a lot of good improvements. One issue I have noticed, and this is a kind of a widespread issue with Bethesda games that weirdly I haven't really experienced until I started playing Starfield. So it's not as prevalent on PC. Again, it varies, but having a lot of saves can cause your game to slow down. And that's been known, but it seems to be more prevalent now than before. Because I make content for Starfield, obviously, I have a lot of different saves and stuff for different save files. Now, that's not in, you won't need to make content to have a lot of saves, because if you're a role player, you'll have multiple different characters. And I have noticed that, initially when I was playing some of my saves, I would get stutter and stuff, and deleting some previous saves can fix it. I really hope that Bethesda can address this. We do know that there is a big issue with the save bloat, which, although sounding similar, it is a separate issue. So save bloat is basically when you do too much on a single save file, or a single character rather, your game will basically bloat. The save file will get so big that it will start to slow down the game. Common common side effects of save bloat is, like, for instance, FPS drops, higher loading screens, and one of the main ones is, like, when you try and bring out your scanner, there will be a delay from when the scanner actually pops up to when it appears. Having mods can just cause the symptoms to, like, not duplicate, but get more egregious. So that's different to the obviously what I'm talking about. Both of these, I do hope it has a fix. Save bloat can easily be fixed by just jumping through Unity. Now, again, not everyone will experience save bloat, because generally speaking, if you're the sort of person where you're kind of going through the Unity, like maybe you're every 100 hours of play time, maybe not 100, but every like 50 to 100 hours of Unity, you're jumping through Unity, you're not going to experience save bloat. But I know there's people out there, and you guys know who you are, who like have yet to jump through Unity, and they've been playing the game since launch, which I'm like, how is your game even running? Unity, weird. I don't know if Bethesda intended for Unity jumping to fix it. Obviously, Unity is meant to be a new game plus, but Unity does fix it. Now, the whole thing with the saves and stuff, like having multiple save files, and it doesn't matter. The thing is, with the save file issue, I've noticed, it doesn't matter the size of the save files, it just matters the number of them you have. So for instance, like on Xbox, I think I probably have maybe 30 to 40 save files, and I've started to notice an issue with the like loading and stuff. Now obviously, if you delete your save files and I've heard some people are like, oh, if you want to improve that, remove autosave. As a person who plays Bethesda games, I would never recommend removing autosave, because I've tested, and the benefits of removing autosave, I don't think it does anything. And realistically, autosave will save you in instances, as opposed to hard saving. And some people will say like, oh, try and trim your saves and stuff and keep them to a minimum, which, I mean, that's fair, but realistically, I feel like you should easily be able to have like about 100 save files on Xbox without any issue. Again, I don't know it. I don't know if it's an issue, if it's been. I know the save bloat has been an issue in previous Bethesda games. I never experienced it, because weirdly, I am one of the people where, like, I think I've probably played Skyrim and Fallout, all the different, Elder Scrolls games. Probably played each game, probably made easily over a dozen, 2 dozen, maybe 3 dozen characters. Most of my characters have never gotten to max level, because I'll get them through the main quest, or not even through the main quest. Like in Skyrim, I would like repeatedly get to like maybe level 25, level 30, and then just start a new character, because I prefer the starting game loop as opposed to the end game loop. Same with Fallout. And stuff. Regarding the having a lot of save files, again, I don't think I've had an issue with it personally, but then it's hard to kind of tell, because like generally speaking, I never because I play on both PC and Xbox, you will notice some things. Like my PC is going to load slightly faster than my Xbox. That's a given, because my PC is more powerful than my Xbox, but obviously there is certain things that obviously you can spot with it, but for the most part, there's not much difference anyway. But yeah, so like I'm spotting it now more so. But yeah, so hopefully Bethesda can potentially address that. Now, one thing I would like to end on here, we'll talk about it. Looking ahead, we're continuing to work on future updates, right? So they're continuing to work. So that's confirming they have been working on future updates, and we will share more about the exciting things we have planned in the coming months. Now, see, here's the issue, right? We're currently this is being recorded on the 23rd of July. Gamescom is a month away, okay? So Gamescom is the coming month, okay? The fact that they've said in the coming months has me a little worried, because the initial speculation was that we were definitely going to be getting an expansion update. We were definitely going to be getting an expansion on like end of September, start of October, much like with Shattered Space. That would make sense, Like, now, the fact that it says in the coming months makes me a little worried, because Yeah, technically September, October is months away per se, but the fact that they say that they want to share stuff about it in the coming months, not we're going to give you new updates in the coming months, worries me. It again, we don't know here, and like I'm just speculating based off of wording. I will say it's funny that the last time they gave us an update on the game, they mentioned soon. We'll share stuff soon. That was in May. Um, Bethesda will be at Gamescom. Will we get stuff about Starfield at Gamescom? We got stuff last year. It was kind of minor, to be honest. It was basically just Tim Lamb, who I said this before. Looking back at the interview with Tim Lamb, it really did seem like he was just kind of thrown in the deep end, and it was like, oh shit, we need to mention something. And he was sent in, and he was basically wasn't really told what he could and couldn't say, because again, you can tell in the interview he's, well, one, he seems a little bit uncomfortable, which is fair enough, because like if you ever watch interviews of like game developers, some game developers are far better at talking to others. Generally speaking, you've got community managers, and their job is to kind of do that sort of thing. Like if you watch live streams and stuff, like Halo, you've got Sketch. Sketch has been in the business for a long time as a community manager. He is adept at doing that sort of talking and stuff. You've also got like a couple of other ones with Halo. It's weird that they opted to kind of, and I suppose they probably brought in Tim because one, they couldn't bring in Todd for whatever reason. Usually, I will say this: usually, you will only ever see Todd Howard if we are going to get really good news. So if you see Todd Howard at Gamescom, Bethesda fucking cooked hard, okay? Yeah, if we see Todd come out at Gamescom, I will probably shit myself. Realistically, probably not going to happen. We don't have Pete Hines anymore. He was the man that was kind of sent out when the news wasn't always the best. He handled a lot of the Fallout 76 information, because obviously Fallout 76 wasn't exactly looked upon very favorably. But yeah, so hopefully we will see Tim, or hopefully we will get some information at Gamescom. Honestly, I was like 60 to 70% sure we would get something at Gamescom. After this update, now I'm not sure. That's probably dropped down to like a 40 or a 30. Again, I will hold out hope because we need them ship parts. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, as this kind of shows, Starfield is not dead. Shock. I didn't think it was. But yeah. So if you want to access the beta, you have to be on the Steam version of the game. Realistically, for most people, it's not really worth it. See, one of the things that Bethesda have been doing a fair bit with they started with 76 was this kind of beta testing sort of thing. Now, whereas 76 would actually add new content in, and which I'm not a fan of, like they would, whenever they have a big update coming out, they would actually add all the content in for people to test. Starfield does not seem to do that, to my knowledge. Like they never beta drop Shattered Space, and any of the kind of the big updates like the Trackers Alliance, I don't think they beta update. And personally, I think that is the best way. Like, don't get me wrong, as a content creator, if they were to release them early, most of the fans playing Starfield are going to be on Xbox, or most of them, I say, obviously not all of them. So they wouldn't get access to it. So obviously it'd be great for content creators because, yeah, we could basically record all the content and just put it out and kind of spoilers. I don't think I would would I do that? I don't know if I would do that, because I will say I would definitely record it, but I wouldn't drop it, because as somebody who's been on the other side of the fence, I despise when when developers give content creators early access to stuff, because it's like just launched at the same time. But yeah, Bethesda, I don't think they've done that. I'm pretty sure they've kind of anything that adds new content to the game, they're going to release at the same time for everybody, which is the best way to have it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, with that news. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, it's good that they're trying stuff. Anybody who has tried the new update, let me know any improvements. It's very vague, like the improvements to sorting in the missions menu. What does that mean? I have no fucking idea. The general crash stability fixes, again, we don't know what they are, but obviously that's going to be a positive. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Bye-bye. Where's the off button? Oh, there it is. Bye.